Hello friends and welcome back. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, this is Timberborn. Please do give us a like and a subscribe before we get started, it really does help out. Okay, last episode we stretched our tubeway station all the way down here to these bad water sources. We have capped them both, if I can find where it is, there we are, that's capped, and we can see the cap on that one. So these are controlled. We have no more uncontrolled bad water anywhere on the map, which is lovely. We still have contamination here because apparently levees do not stop contamination either. I'd forgotten that. So we would need, if we want to stop that contamination, we'd need to come in and basically destroy all of these tiles under here. Yeah, probably need a too high there, I would think, because we'd want it not touching there and not touching there. Probably, I don't know. And obviously we'd have to go all the way around underneath the tubeway there. It's more hassle than I'm prepared to deal with right now. Maybe later. Maybe. Okay, everywhere else, it's going all right. We are in the middle of a reasonably long drought. We've got, what, 18, 19 days left. So just shy of 3 weeks. We're doing fine. Full water, full food, all of that is great. Our wood stocks have replenished themselves now. Everything else is pretty much fine. We're going through our scrap metal a little bit. And we used quite a few metal blocks, but it looks like they're virtually back up to full storage again. But yeah, our scrap metal, we are relying entirely on scrap metal from this ruin over here. We've got ourselves a bank of bots getting the scrap metal out of those ruins. I've put in some storage here and set it to supply. Yeah, everything's going fine. I mean, I probably should at some point connect up this end of the tubeway to this section. That would probably help us out a little bit in terms of distance travelled, but for now we'll have them go the long way around, which isn't that much longer, to be fair. It's that bit rather than that bit, so yeah, it's fine. Okay. So what we do, and then we are getting rid of these bits of scrap, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this bad water. I do want to drop it down into tunnels, and I do want those tunnels to contain power wheels. So they do need to be at least 4 tall. That's what we're needing here. 4 tall, probably. I'll have to think about this. We want to sort of minimise the spread of the contamination as well. So probably a liberal use of irrigation barriers for that, because we learned that impermeable floors are not impermeable. They let contamination through. Yeah. We learned that to our cost. But never mind. Never mind. Everything else is going okay. But yeah, we do want to drop those down. I haven't decided where I'm going to do that yet. And obviously we'd need to do some considerable work preparing for all of that. And then we are going to want to continue to green as much of the map as possible. So, yeah. Quite a lot to do. Our housing over here is good. We have a 68 well-being. Not quite nice, but good enough. The only thing that really should be affecting us is the repopulator. Yeah, that's what's slowing us down there. So, I mean, most of the beavers should be hanging around this area anyway. So let's just set that off, shall we? And we'll start with watching our beavers be fired off into space. There we go. Now, having played AV Assembly, I don't think those would fly very far, but that's just me. There we are. That should be giving a nice sort of well-being boost to a lot of beavers right now. Oh, there we go. Sounds like we've just leveled up. Whoa, yeah, we have leveled up. We've gone from 68 to 74 well-being. Well, that's helped. That's definitely helped. Yeah. Pretty good. Although we are dropping on other things as well. But that's fine. It's the end of the day. They'll be seeing to their needs immediately anyway. So hopefully that might actually rise a bit more once we get... There we go. It's starting to rise a little bit more as they fulfill all their other needs. Excellent stuff. That's a good start. I'm happy with that. Okay, over here, are we done? We are done. I stripped out this power wheel and replaced all the platforms in here with levees, so we keep that two stream thing going on. And let's figure out where that goes. It goes in like that. There we are. So they can get that built. It shouldn't take them too long. We are currently producing 13,000 power. We're using nearly 12,000 though. So we need to think about increasing our power. Yeah. No, there's not much we can do along here. We are pretty much full. I could try and string those power wheels around the corner there, but it would be of minimal use. What we really need to do is get this started up here. So, how and where are we going to do this? Right, well, first of all, I'm going to wait until this bad water has evaporated. It shouldn't take too long. It'll probably be done by the end of the drought. Probably. Yeah, alright. So in the meantime, what are we going to do? Well, I mean, everything is fine, isn't it? Let's reduce their working hours a little bit more. Because as I said before, we've only got beavers working in farming and logging, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all they're doing. I don't think we've got any in, like, fermentation. There's no food prep. No industrial buildings have beavers in. They are purely for farming and logging. And we're doing fine for both. So, yeah, we'll knock down the working hours. Let's knock it down to 10 hours, shall we? They work a 10-hour day and then they have the rest of the day off. That's still, you know, quite a lot, obviously, but... yeah, alright, we'll do that. We'll spin on for a couple of days. We'll let them get that wheel built. And I'll have a think about how we're going to proceed with the bad water. Day 23 then. Okay, we are still waiting for the bad water to evaporate. It's making some progress towards it, but, you know, it's slow. Down here, I'm starting to lay in... there we go. Starting to lay in the steps downwards. It's slow going because I'm doing it sort of one tile at a time. But we can get rid of these platforms as we go. There we go. Yeah, so building sort of steps down as you can see. We're slowly making my way down the through the levels there. And then we're going to open up and design what the tunnel is going to look like. And I think I've got it worked out. It's going to need to be about 7 across and 4 high. I think. That's what I'm working with in my head. It's basically... where are we? So this here. It's going to be 7 across because we've got 3 tiles there, 3 tiles on the other side, and 1 barrier in the middle to keep the 2 separate. Or I might dump it all into 1. I think we'll probably get more power if we have it separate. Don't know, haven't thought that through entirely, but I figure that's probably better. So the one on this tile only needs to be sort of 1 tile high, and then we'll lay irrigation barriers along it, because hopefully that will stop the contamination from spreading any further. One in the center is just going to be to hold the wheels, so that can be too high. We don't need any irrigation barriers on that one. Obviously, we'll be using platforms to raise it up here to put the supports in for the large water wheels on this edge. And then on the other edge is going to be exactly the same as this side. But then it's going to have an empty section for the actual power to lay in alongside it. Yeah. I know what I mean. And I'll try and communicate it a little more precisely when we get down to the right level, which, as I say, is going to take a little time. I need to be able to see in there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Right. And then we want to lay in our explosives on that back wall. And we want to go one lower as well, but we can't reach it yet. So yeah, this is going to take some time. I'll get on and do this. Day 30. So we've got about a week left of the drought. We're doing fine. Plenty of water. Our well-being is still hanging around sort of the low 70s, so that's good. Over here we are making progress. It's kind of difficult to see the progress that we're making, but we are making it. I'm going to very quickly set off these explosives. Oops. Stop that, John. Very quickly set off these explosives here. There we go. Okay, it shouldn't actually affect anything because nobody needs to actually use this path for anything, but we're going to lay in... nope, not that. That's the one we want. We're going to lay in solid tubeways across there, like so, and we will reconnect the path. There we are. Because we are building, as you can see, tubeway sticking up out of the ground there, because if we go all the way down... I mean, not quite all the way down, but most of the way down. There we go. We have come down this far. We're on level 4 here, I think, or possibly... Yeah, we don't have far to go. So I'm just setting up a tubeway station down here, and then we'll move over and start figuring out where this water is going to come down. It's probably going to come down about here. So what I'm going to do is have this set to be... Ooh... Yeah, too wide, probably there. This will be our edge. So this one will go right down to the bottom. And then the other one will join up from this side. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do, I think. It's difficult to kind of visualize, I suppose, but we'll start by popping in our tubeway station in there. But yeah, we're going to have... So the edge is going to be probably that tile, and then it'll be too wide there with another edge on the other side. These edges are going to be lined with irrigation barriers to ideally prevent any overspill. We might actually bring the water down right there. That mightn't be a bad idea. Just drop it straight into this section here. Yeah, this is how I'm thinking about it at the moment anyway. So it's going to drop down probably here, enter our sort of 4 high channel there, move down, and then be joined over this way from this side. And then it'll be too wide and we'll go somewhere with it. We have a lot of space we can play with. Yeah, quite a lot of space we can play with. But obviously we're going to bring this down to the bottom of the map first. Yeah. Alright, oh, we've got the tubeways in over there. Looks like they're making their way through that lot there as well. So let's want to mark resources for demolition. It's going to be those trees there, I think. And we'll bring the tubeway across like that. Yeah, we'll probably want to put it on overhangs, but we'll wait until we've actually got rid of these trees first. Okay, there we go. The drought is over. That's fine. We yeah, again, absolutely no problem with that at all. We do have a couple of buildings out of power. I assume that those are the chargers over by the other reservoir. Yes, indeed. So it looks like our batteries have completely drained. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause one of those. We have plenty of other charging stations around. Hopefully having one of those paused will give those batteries a bit more of a chance to charge up. I didn't turn any of these water pumps on. Didn't need them. We have drained this lake. We've taken a reasonable amount out of that reservoir there. I'm going to keep those sluices closed until this is full again, and then we'll open those up. Yeah, other than that, we did absolutely fine. Oh, I can actually turn on that lumberjack there, and those trees are already set to cut, so that's good. Yeah, did absolutely fine. Over here, we are continuing with our tunnel project. It's going. So we've got this section opened up a little bit. I'm very much sort of doing it as I'm planning it as I'm doing it, basically. So this is going to be our center point. This is where the power connection is going to have to connect. So we're going to need to come across here. I need to take another layer off the top here. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is once I've laid in this dirt across here again, I'll probably... Yeah, I'll probably start putting platforms in across here. This is only one high on this side, but it needs to be 2 high on this side, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. So yeah, I'll get rid of those stairs now. And I'll start putting in platforms in there. And we will see if that allows us to take off this section here. I can lay it in everywhere except above us. Okay, well maybe when that's laid in we'll have a better chance, and then we'll just take off two tiles deep and stretch it out wherever we want to go with it, and then keep going with that, and then come back and do 2 more deep the other way around. So I'll need to build across to this one as well to join that up. Yeah, it's going to be a little complicated, I think. It's going to be quite complicated. But it is all working so far. All of the bad water has evaporated, so we've got no contamination up here at the moment. So we could start greening this area as well if we wanted to. Yeah, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. That's pretty much all I've been focused on. Is getting that done. Oh, we should probably start setting these about the place we want them. Otherwise, we're going to get some flooding fairly soon. I completely forgot to turn that one on. Oh well. In which case, let's drop that so the water flows immediately into here and starts bringing these mangroves back to life, hopefully. So yeah, we lost a little bit of hydration around here. Oops, that's very much my bad. Never mind. It's not like we're short on the resources, but it's a little annoying that I completely forgot to do that. Never mind. Never mind, it will fill up. Hopefully those mangroves, looks like they'll survive. They've got 6 days, 7 days. Yeah. We're fine. We're fine. Drop that one down as well. There we go. Right. Oops. Thank you, autosave. Alright. Let's close these up now. We'll put them at 0.7. No. Put them at 0.65. That will hopefully prevent any flooding. We will turn our control tower and our deep water pumps on here. So we start drawing water from this section. We don't need to top up our storage. Our storage is absolutely fine. But we do want to allow our water sources to fill back up. We'll drop that to 0.85. That should be fine. Okay. Yeah, all of that is now good. I was completely distracted by getting our tunnel dug. Okay, day 5 has arrived with no sign of a drought or bad tide warning, so we're okay there. We've got water flowing most places in the map now. Fresh water, that is. So we've got all of this overspill coming through and exiting the map down here. It's joined by the water that will be coming out of there. Currently just from that one dam over here. This lake is beginning to fill. It's taking a little bit longer because obviously we're diverting some of that water. We've got water flowing out of here. Water flowing into this lake. And this lake is obviously, again, taking time to fill because we did enlarge it a little bit. But we're well on our way to greening the map. A lot of it is already sort of naturally greened for us now. Once we get this section flowing regularly, this whole bit here will be greened as well. We can stick ourselves some swimming pools up here to green this area. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. There's a few natural areas that we could just fill with water, either through a fluid dump or through feeding some of this water into here. Yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't do that. Okay, in terms of our tunneling efforts, where are we? We are here. We have to drop all the way down. Whoops, not quite that far, but nearly. There we go. So we're doing it sort of 2 layers at a time. We're working on the top 2 layers at the moment. Coming across here. I've given up on the tube way for the moment. We might bring that across once we're building sort of further away. It might be worth having a tubeway station down there to speed up construction. But for the moment, we're doing okay spreading out this way. We're heading towards this bad water source over here now. This is where they're going to join up, and then we'll continue on this way with the 7 wide passage. Then we have to figure out all the power connections and all of that. So the job is very much only half done at this point. In fact, it's not even half done. It's barely started. This is going to be a big project to get finished. And it's going to take a long time. And a lot of explosives and a lot of other resources as well. Yeah, but we are making progress. We'll need to obviously create the drop down point for the bad water. So the chances are we'll build up maybe dirt around the top with irrigation barriers on top of that. And just have it drop straight down into there. That's probably the best plan. I'll have a think on that, but I think that's probably the best plan. We can even cover it with dirt, couldn't we? Cover this whole section in with that hidden underneath. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. In terms of everything else, we are absolutely fine. All of this is well greened. We could do with a bit more over in this corner, but we'll have to figure out what we can do there. Do you know, I'd quite like a little waterfall coming down there, but that would just be a waste of water. But we do have a lot of it. Alright. Maybe. That's a long way off. A long way off. We'd need to figure out hydration for the rest of this area first. We could take all of this down with dynamite to the same level as this. That would probably help spread the hydration a little further, wouldn't it? And we could take this little plateau down. Don't know what I'm going to do here. We're going to level this off, I suspect. But I don't know how far. We might... Yeah, I don't know how far we're going to level this off. But we'll need additional hydration up here. Probably in the form of swimming pools. That would be the sensible choice. Our irrigation system isn't going to help because it's constrained by the tubeways, unless we bring it all the way down here and bring it out across those ones and build up all the way around here. Very much getting ahead of ourselves. We're nowhere near that yet. So we're going to carry on with this tunnel. I feel with the lack of traffic through here. Oh, this is a little bit. All right, we are still presumably doing something down there then. Let's see how we're doing. All right, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'll lay in the next set of explosives like that. There we go. That's what we'll do there, and then obviously we'll be coming out in the 7 block this way, and then we'll figure out the twists and turns that we're going to put in it to get as much power out of it as possible. Yeah. Slow going. We'll spin on till the start of the drought. 25 days. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. We do have a minor bit of flooding up here, but that's fine. That's already retreating. There we go. Yeah, so everything's pretty full. We're all right. I don't think this this floodgate quite got to the point where it was overwhelmed enough to let some water through, but that's okay. I've started laying in the dirt around our discharges, and then we'll just obviously use dynamite to drop down into there. In terms of our tunnel, we're doing pretty well. There we go. So the top layer is nearly at the point where we can stop going in this direction, basically. We still need to figure out, obviously, the power connections and all of that. Not sure how we're going to do that. Chances are we'll lay them on this edge. So we can just connect up all of these on one side. And then bring out a spur off of one of these up this end. Along there. From both sides of one of the... You know what I mean. We'll connect it up on both sides from there and bring it back and probably up around here somewhere. That's the idea. Okay, but the next stretch... Oops, that's the wrong one. The next stretch of tunnel is going to be 7 wide and heading off in this direction, I think. We'll probably come down here, turn it around, loop back, maybe. Don't know. We'll figure something out, but we'll come out this far first. Oh, there we go, like so. Okay. That's where we are there. That's what's going on with all of that. Why are we not being... Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I was just laying it in randomly. I've done it wrong. Oop, yeah, we don't want to get rid of the dome. That would be a bad state of affairs. There we go. And then we'll lay it in like that. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, because once they've done that one, they can do that one, and then they can do that one. That should be okay. This one over here, we can't get down onto it, so Oh, yeah, all right. Get down on there, like so, and then carry on like that, and then they'll be able to get round onto that. That's fine. Not in any hurry for any of these. It's going to be a long time before we actually have to use these, so don't really care about that. What I care about is getting this tunnel laid in and figured out. That's going to be the difficult bit. Day 20. So 2 weeks left. We've had just over 10 days. We're doing all right, as usual. Water and food, all of that is all fine. We're even doing okay for planks at the moment because I've just had them clear up all of the ones that we destroyed while taking out some of the platforms in those tunnels. Okay, everything is going fine. You can see our well-being is dropping again, so we'll set off the repopulator again shortly. Still got some water up here. But all of this has evaporated. Keeping a little bit of water in here. That's quite good. Everything else is okay. Obviously, we've run out up here. We've still got a little bit in there. I've remembered to turn the fluid dump on for this little section. Yeah. Got 2 water pumps on in this reservoir. We've closed up these floodgates to keep these 2 separate. But they're not taking a huge amount, to be honest. They've been on since pretty close to the start of the drought, and yeah, they've taken not a great deal because our water supplies are full, basically. In terms of our badwater tunnel, if I come all the way down to there, for a test, I'm bringing this all the way out off the map here. We're just doing the first 2 layers at the moment, but as you can see, because it's 7 wide, when we take the platforms out, we are getting a little bit of collapse on the row above, but only the row above. That should be okay. We shouldn't have problems with that. We might need to do something down here because we will be poking through the surface. So we might need to come in and just lay some dirt around this area to seal it off properly. But we'll see how it goes. We are low enough that it shouldn't be a problem underneath our watercourse here. We should still have a layer of soil between the two. So if we want to sort of loop back on ourselves and back and forth under this area, we'll be okay until we get to about here. And then it will start being an issue. But that's not yet. As I say, I'm doing it. Bring it back down again. Doing it out to the edge there to test. So we'll lay in all these explosives and get rid of all these platforms. And then we'll lay in the next layer of explosives, which will be basically a pattern of 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1. So 1 on each, a tier 1 explosive on each edge, then 2 rows of tier 2 explosives, and then a gap in the center, because that's still going to be too high all the way down. Then we're going to have probably at this height, we'll have another channel in the edge there to take the power. That's the idea at the moment, anyway. And then obviously we'll connect the power up on this side as well and feed it back, bring it up probably. We'll probably end up bringing it up out this way slightly, because it'll be on this side of the trench. Yeah, so probably bring it up this side and then feed it across. Yeah, that's the idea. But we are going to leave the episode there. So let me know what you think in the comments. I do know that because it's 7 wide, we are going to have that center strip above us collapsing in, and I'm fine with that. We can deal with that if it becomes a problem later on. But for the moment, I think we're on to a winner. I think. But as I say, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. As I said, it really does help the channel out, and I'm really trying to help the channel to grow. And please join us next time. Till then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.